Look at this. The orcs are at the gate. You spend all autumn prepping your beds. You plant your winter brassicas, and within a week, the white cabbage moth and the naughty little grasshoppers roll through and turn them into Swiss cheese faster than a cave troll at a buffet.
One garden to grow them all, in every corner hear the nature's call.
If this happens to you, don't panic. Don't drive to the shops and buy chemical sprays to carpet bomb the garden. Here in the Shire, we don't fight nature, we enlist the allies. Today, I'm showing you the permaculture companion planting strategy. We are going to build a fortress around our winter crops using decoys, elven cloaks, and airborne cavalry. Let's get our hands dirty. And don't get me started on these little rat bags. First up in our alliance, the trap crop. We need a diversion. A bit like marching on the black gates, just to keep the enemy's eye in the wrong direction. Pests like aphids and the cabbage white butterfly are looking for an easy meal, so we give them one. I'm a butterfly, yeah, or an aphid. Nasturtiums, they're our sacrificial soldiers. Pests actually prefer these over your broccoli and cauliflower. So we plant them on your borders of your garden to draw their fire. It's a bit labour intensive to plant these densely, but the reward is a completely organic, pest-free harvest that would make Samwise Gamgee proud. Plus, nasturtium flowers are edible and they look brilliant.
We plant nasturtium decoys like a march on the black gate to draw the enemy's focus and to seal their buggy fate.
Now we need an elven cloak. Pests find your crops by smell. If a whole bed smells like delicious cabbages, they zero right in. We need to hide our prize crop from these wandering eyes. We interplant with heavy aromatics. Garlic is an absolute powerhouse. I eat it to keep my own health and immunity up for my weekend park run. But in the garden, its strong scent acts like a Lorian cloak for the brassicas. Coriander does the exact same thing. We weave those strong smelling herbs right through the middle of the crop. When the moths fly over, she has no idea what she's looking at. The scent is completely scrambled, like a ringwraith losing the trail at the water's edge. Finally, if a few pests do make it past the decoys and the cloaks, we light the beacons. We call in the eagles, or in this case, the parasitic wasps and ladybirds. We plant sweet alyssums underneath our main crops. These tiny little flowers are like the beacons of Gondor for predatory insects. Ladybirds and the tiny harmless wasps will flock to their nectar, and once they've finished their drink, they go hunting for aphids and caterpillars to feed their young. We are quite literally recruiting a mercenary army to guard our food.
But there's a breach in the outer wall, a villain in the
But I have to be honest with you all. Even with the best elven cloaks and mercenary wasps, sometimes your defences are going to be breached from below. We have a rogue dwarf in our Shire. A bandicoot. I've named Benny. He's been squeezing right through the chicken wire like it's not even there, digging up my garlic cloves and making an absolute mess of the new brassicas. He's tunnelling right under the walls like the enemy at Helm's Deep. Now, we didn't have this issue when Banjo, our old kelpie, was alive and patrolling the borders. He was like a ranger of the north, keeping the wild things at bay. But Winston here. Winston just sits and watches Benny tear the place up, like it's the evening entertainment at the Green Dragon Inn. He's not exactly what you call a guard dog. So, the tactical alliance isn't perfect yet. I'm going to have to reinforce the perimeter walls this week. It's a labour-intensive battle, but that's just the reality of the garden.
Yeah, the Shire is a fortress and the soil is our shield. We're enlisting every ally in the winter garden field.
This is what proper permaculture looks like. We stack functions. It's a thriving, diverse community where every plant has a job to do. It takes honest elbow grease to set up, but the system mostly defends itself. You get to keep your sprays in the shed and eat clean, healthy food, assuming the bandicoots leave you some.
And the ducks, and the chickens, and hopefully the bugs.
Well, I'm off to the Green Dragon or the back porch for a well-earned pint and to figure out how to outsmart a bandicoot. Let me know in the comments what is your absolute worst pest and how do you deal with it. We'll catch you in the next one.
And Winston, seriously, mate, go back to sleep.
Now, companion planting is the way I go. It brings in a lot of diversity, colour, and just so many benefits to your garden that you just do not see. But a net truly keeps everything out. For your brassicas and cabbage, net them and they won't have all those problems. Particularly those chickens and those ducks. Benny, you can keep Benny out. But I don't think a hobbit would have had a net like this back in their day.
May your garden stay green and your garlic stay deep. And Winston, seriously, mate, go back to sleep.